Hey everybody, welcome back to the PlayStation 4 World of Tanks. Tactic Angel here playing this T95E2. Good times. This is a tank that I guess we could have won like a year ago. I have not played a lot of it until recently because it seems to be a tank I can use for a lot of the mercenary ops. So here we are. We are finally getting around to saying our piece on this. Curiously, like the mercenary tanks that some of us have thought about and tried to and have actually earned, this is kind of a mashup. This is, I think, a chieftain hull with a Patton turret. Kind of the Patton turret light. There's significantly less armor all around it, and you can count on that giant commander's cupola being every bit as easy to penetrate at this tier as it is on tier 10, because I'm pretty sure there's even less armor on it. I was thinking that I'd get up to that next set of rocks over there. You can see this thing has some pretty decent mobility. I actually quite like a lot of things about this. It has a pretty decent rate of fire, it has a pretty decently accurate gun, and it can get around the battlefield. Now, it can't take a lot of shots, which is, you know, not perfect, but it will occasionally bounce things. I think I'm gonna bounce a shot here in a second. I'm certainly putting myself out there to be shot at. There you go. I know, I thought I was going to bounce something. That is definitely not a bounce. That's my ammo rack, man. So, thinking, can I shoot around this guy? Yeah, you know, not so much. So now we are actually going to make that break for the rocks up front. That's a why not shoot it. I've never run out of ammunition in this thing. This actually only sees up to tier 9, which is also a nice thing. Preferential matchmaking plus, you know, a pretty good platform for a gun, and it's not a real impressive gun. As you can see, I have a lot of heat. I have a lot of heat because I've been running into a lot of Japanese heavy tanks recently, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of reason not to shoot heat in this vehicle. It seems like you can still make some money even shooting that. Alright, so that Tiger's thinking maybe this isn't the best matchup for him. Now we see this Black Prince, and I'm going to struggle to figure out how to drive my tank in such a way that I can actually add some fire to that. We're doing some real quality work here. You know what? Maybe we'll just go around the rock. Lo and behold, a much better solution. The monkey can be taught. So we're still putting shells into just about anything we can see. That's pretty standard if you've watched any of my other videos. Much more about damage than we are about specifically hunting down kills, usually. There you see a tier 7 shot that clings off my turret. That will happen. I'm not saying that the whole turret's bad, but it does not hold up. So here's our heat. VK100-01 is a pretty decent candidate for shooting premium shells at. I don't really feel all that bad shooting at a mutant with anything, because That tank is constantly annoying. So anyway, we're going to try to rush up here. We really do want to get to that VK-101 just about the same time that that light tank starts attacking him. He's probably going to get distracted, and there he is. We're going to get a couple of auto-aimed shots in here. I guess just the one. Now we see he's looking at us, and actually I like the guy who's playing this Pershing next to me. He's been kind of my wingman the whole time, and he's going to continue to be. I think he actually sent me a message after this saying that he enjoyed the teamwork. Because he pretty much does everything I would have psychically projected him to do. Because if you look in the right side of the screen, you can very rarely, if ever, see my name because I don't talk to people. I find that the people who play this game are often a lot more opinionated than they are intelligent. So we're not a glutton for abuse. I was actually really surprised that got him. Now I'm going to go back to supporting this other medium tank, making this rush around here. The purpose of this is not specifically to circle strafe him, but it's to get his gun out of the way so that he doesn't shoot the Pershing. He still does get a shot on the Pershing, but at what cost? At what terrible cost? So we kind of run into each other here a little bit, but both of us start heading back towards the base. I'm not actually all that concerned that somebody's going to cap the base, but you know, a lot of people prefer it if you kill all of the tanks rather than cap the base. I am in a vehicle that is fast enough to deal with that. The reason why we're driving over here to the left of this IS-6 is because I want to be able to shoot down on the IS-6, because that will reduce the sloping of the armor quite a bit. So we get a shell through the front plate, and we get saved from a second shot. I would have probably reloaded before him, but there's no telling if I would have actually penned. Now we are off to the races to try to get this last tank before it caps us. It's not going to cap us because there's just too much.
Enemies are capturing our base.
But I mean, look at the mobility here. We're at 51, and the weird thing is neither of the component tanks that make this tank are anywhere near as fast as this. Alright, lower front plate, here we go. Big miss. We're back in the premium. What's going to happen here is I'm going to make another break. This is another attempt to essentially create an opening. The Tiger does a good job and actually realizes what I'm doing. I have not left enough room, so he does manage to track me as I drive by, and basically this other guy and I have managed to take out 2/3 of the enemy team. It's almost too bad we were not in a platoon together, because there's your brothers in arms right there. So you can see what mercenary nonsense I'm working on. You can see how far I am. There we are at the top, 1 and 2. Pretty solid. Mastery badge. Here's our efficiencies. I think there's 11 or so tanks here. So, quick review. I like this tank. Would I suggest it? You know, it's not a bad option. Hopefully you enjoyed the replay. I will see you on the next one.